Pacers with Sync TV, the ultimate online companion to each NBA television broadcast. It provides fans with real-time stats, polls, and the ability to interact with special guest hosts and other fans online. Tonight you can chat live with Eric Snow of the 76ers. NBA.com Sync TV, your cutting-edge way to follow the NBA Finals 2000. Here's Rick Fox. Jalen Rose is on him. 3 seconds to shoot. O'Neal with the hook. Got his own rebound. And hits the follow.
You just bounce off of him. I mean, Dale Davis is a big, strong man. Shaq just put his arm on him, and he rocked him back.
Crozier to the baseline. Contact with Travis Knight and a foul on Knight of the Lakers.
It's so hard to do this, but when Shaq shoots the ball, rather than try to rebound it, you've got to turn and face him and keep him off the boards. When you don't, he just goes right over the top of you. 3 guys around him, and he just squirts that ball back in the basket. Bob, all the coaches talk about when Shaq shoots the basketball, face guard him and try to keep him away from the basket. But it's so hard to do because that's not your natural instincts. Your natural instincts are to turn and try to go rebound it.
Mark Jackson, who's been around the NBA for 13 years, meaning the beginning of his career overlapped the end of Kareem's, but he never played against Wilt or Russell. But Jackson, who knows something about the history of the league, says flatly Shaquille O'Neal is the best center who has ever played the game. There's no question he's among them. Whether he's the very best, I'm sure you could get a dispute from a number of different people. Into the lane to Shaq, who seemed like he was camped there for more than 3 seconds without a call. He misses the shot, and back come the Pacers. Miller for 3. The rebound was poked away from Best by Shaw, who got him over the back.
Now, Larry Bird has decided to go with Reggie Miller and Jalen Rose this entire first half. Normally, he goes to his bench more than this. He's at home. Games on TV, obviously a lot of timeouts. But will these guys wear down a little bit? They're in a good rhythm right now. Or will Larry Bird decide maybe to try to rest one of them for a minute and come back in with the other one? We'll have to watch what happens here.
Travis Knight out, Robert Horry in as we check with Jim Gray.
Well, Bob and Doug, I talked to Larry Bird about that very subject. He said Reggie Miller will be on the court tonight regardless of foul trouble, shooting trouble, anything. I've got to have him out on the court as well as Jalen Rose. So look for an awful lot of minutes tonight and very, very little rest time. Bob?
Okay, Jim, the free throws by Best give the Pacers a 14-point lead as we move inside 5 minutes. Pass for Fox, knocked away in a foul.
Well, that was a great pass. I don't see how that got through there. Jalen Rose very unhappy as he goes over to pick up the loose ball. Guy's getting a little chippy, and that's what happens in playoff series. The longer it goes, you get aggravated. You see this guy over and over. He cracks you in game 2. You're going to get him back in game 3. The ball goes a little loose. You wrestle around over there for it. You want it. Rick Fox is going to come over there. That's what happens in long series, Bob. You see a guy 7 times in 2 weeks in these kind of environment. That's tough.
Well, these teams played twice all season. Now they've played 3 times in 5 days, with who knows how many more to come. Rick Fox, a Celtic rookie in Larry Bird's last season in Boston, 1992, makes 1 of 2. Fox goes for the steal. Rose spins behind him, gives it up to Best. Now Rose is free, head of the key. The follow by Dale Davis.
I like that action, though. Dribble penetration. Best gets in there. He could have forced it. Gave it to Jalen Rose, and then Dale Davis with a nice tip.
O'Neal powers up and scores.
You just can't keep him out of the lane. You have to have such good ball pressure that you can't throw it in so quickly. That's when you'll get the 3-second violation. You got to pressure the ball enough so he has to get out of the lane.
Reggie again. Another miss. Davis chases it to the side, but can't save it. Miller is now 6 for 13. He's hit 1 of 4 3-pointers.
Rick Fox has a seat, and Glenn Rice will come back into the game. Now, remember, he is their second option now rather than their third with Kobe being down. Let's see if they try to get him involved here in this last 4 minutes of the half.
Here's Brian Shaw. Off-balance shot. And the rebound to Dale Davis, who that time had Shaq boxed out.
That was a great box out, Bob. What a great call.
Jalen Rose, and Rice took it away from him. Rose argues for the call. Meanwhile, the action continues at the other end. They go into Shaq, who is fouled. Number 2 on Dale Davis. Pacers are not yet over the limit. The Lakers are.
Larry Bird has to be very careful. Dale Davis, their most physical post presence. He cannot get his third foul here.
Shaq with the screen. Shaw to Ori. Into O'Neal. Against Davis, who made him miss. Davis bodied up and made the shot more difficult. Austin Crozier is double teamed. Jalen Rose pumps up a 3. Fisher on the run at the other end is walloped by Austin Crozier and isn't a bit happy about it.
Now remember, those two guys got taunting fouls against each other in game 2. Remember the little loose ball, and they looked at each other, stared each other down. They both got taunting technicals. He made no attempt to play the basketball here, so I'm sure this is going to be a flagrant one. 2 shots in the ball. Here comes Crozier. If you don't try to play the ball, usually that's an automatic flagrant foul.
And they do call it a flagrant. John Wooden, of course, not only perhaps the greatest coach in the history of college basketball, but one of the greatest players of his era. Class of 1932. At Purdue, Hall of Fame as both a player and a coach.
Now watch this here. Travis Best actually going to screen his own guy here, and here's Shaquille O'Neal. Doesn't come over to block the shot, so weak side defense is not there, and Phil Jackson sure does not like this.
No layups. It's 3 layups later. Again, I say no layup. Shaq, you got to block the basket.
Three layups later, again I say, no layups.
Well, remember now, Reggie Miller said before the game, without Kobe, we cannot let these guys get 42 points like they did in game 2. Well, today, look what they have 4. And right now, as Derek Fisher's going to the line, it's the flagrant foul. He'll shoot 2, and they'll get possession of the ball on the sideline. Now, the Indiana has really dominated this first half. Let's see here in this last 2:44, can they keep a double-digit deficit for the Lakers going in? I think that would be very important, Bob, because they have outplayed them here in the first half.
This is the sort of thing that can sometimes signal a shift in momentum. You're doing well, and you get a flagrant. It's a possible 4-point trip down the floor, or 5 if they hit a 3 for the Lakers. Here's Rice at the foul line. Off-balance shot and a tough one, and he put it down, and it is a 4-point trip for the Lakers.
He has got to be more aggressive.